Toowoomba, reporting from the city of Toowoomba at the University of Southern Queensland, Darling Heights. You can see some construction there. We've got some other video of this place which I probably won't even need to show after this because this is going to be quite comprehensive. USQ is looking like it wants to compete with University of Queensland. We have an ag college in it's agriculture and veterinary. Animals are required in Gatton, but USQ at the back here, pretty much where the city drops off down to the Canberra district, which is quite agricultural, out back of Drayton way as well, but it drops off. So they've got these fields here and they've obviously acquired them. I don't know, maybe they always owned them, I don't know, but there were sheep and all sorts of animals here over the last 10 years or so. But they're building well, this has been an agricultural school, these fields that are covered to protect from birds. But we've also got here now this construction. You can see those vents, chimneys, whatever you want to call them, I don't know, outlets, I'll think of the name, flumes. And this building here at the front that we can see. This is the Ag Science Centre, huge. If I zoom back, that fits it in one screen. Centre is the daycare, my side of it, east side of that complex. I guess the story that brings me out today is this. What? It's ag science. Recently, with Roundup in the US, it's been found to cause cancer. And of course here they're deny, although I don't think we've heard the last of it. So, you know, with agricultural chemicals right next to a daycare with flume outlets right on top of it, I mean, yikes. I personally was concerned about what they'd be spraying over here. Now they've built this next to a daycare with the flumes there. Like, what are they mixing there? So I don't know. You know, this might be an ongoing story, I dare say, or a two-part, because I think we should talk to the board that runs the daycare. But get a bit closer now, have a closer look. But yeah, you would hope the university would not do anything unsafe. I laugh at that because everyone's happy to give guarantees, and then 50 years later they're not in the job. I would hope the university wouldn't just come out with legalese or PR speak or anything like that. That the university would simply actually just say, look, here's the USDS or whatever it is, the chemical sheet requirement we keep. I think it's USDS is the name of the document that every business has to keep of chemicals and procedures to deal with those chemicals on site. You can ask for it at the supermarket if you want, with what they stock. And they have to show you. So you would think they'd release that, and it should be available on request to this daycare, at least, or the parents of the daycare who are concerned. But I think, just knowing the way the world is, it'll be, oh no, we can't release that, but it's okay. You can trust us. So, well, we can trust you, why can't you release it? You know, as far as I know, if it's requested by a customer, I don't know how it works with the university, but it has to be given. I'm just not sure with the university, and I dare say they didn't go through council requirements with this. You know, the building planning scheme codes and all that, been that I think the university, as far as their own campus is concerned and how they build it and set it up and deal with it, I don't think that they need to have those approvals. You would think, most people wouldn't think, because they know how these crazy academic theories work in the real world, which is not at all. But you would think that they'd be on top of it more than council, these cutting edge, blah, blah, blah. But it's, no, I don't think they thought. I think we own this building, let's just turn it into this, without any thought about the daycare or the back of the student village where students live. So we can see there the flumes. I mean, something's going up into the atmosphere. Is it just steam? I doubt it. They're not burning coal. I'd say this would be worse for the environment than a bit of steam going up from a cooling tower. That said, yes, I know they burn the coal. The coal isn't that clean. We get sued by a company. So, see out there. Alright, just walk along here. So it used to be a there's a company if you want more information, but I think that's for the fence. So I think it used to be a early childhood education centre, a separate college to the university. I don't know whether they owned it or rented the property from the university, and whether the university always owned it or they've just acquired it. It could be, sorry, not could be, it was later, I think, a multimedia or IT school. Again, I think it was a separate college, a separate entity that used the space. I don't think it was the university. This is going to be the university. Oh, geez, look how far that goes back. I haven't seen that. So it's going to be the agricultural school and science. So these guys aren't worried about reporting, which is good. We'll just move up. We'll head on back. So, you know, the university's obviously proud of it. They've got the second sign built up. Look how big that is. Those flumes sticking up. Yeah, there's the... They've kept the daycare centre in the graphics, so they obviously don't plan on knocking it down and sending them somewhere else. I believe the university owns the property the daycare's on, but their daycare board is a... what's it called? Incorporated committee? Something like that? I don't know. You know what I mean. Separate entity. Blokes set up a little caged smoko area where they were sitting before as we came up. Again, they weren't phased about public photography. I don't know if they've got a cage there. What might be flying back at them. So, yeah, it's massive. Section out the side there, grown big. So agricultural science at USQ is going ahead, which is, you know, generally a good thing. But had they thought of the daycare, the student village, and actually this side is another. There's McGregor College over here. So yeah, it's absolutely massive. Get a photo. It's really big. You know, no wonder they're proud of it with big signs. I wonder if they're proud of it with the guy with the camera around. We can control the signs, we can control our own cameras, but we can't control a private citizen on the footpath. Are we going to have a problem with it? So there's McGregor College. And look, here comes security. So this could be a contact. My first one. Ooh! I actually do have butterflies. So here's the vents sticking up at the trees. I won't point the camera because security have just drove past. So they're obviously proud of it and happy for anyone to look at it, film it. We'll turn around now. I didn't want to get a close-up of them because they were polite enough not to bother me while I was reporting. There goes their little Jeep buggy thing. So I'll get in contact with the USQ. There's a site contact. I doubt we're going to need it, but just in case. So USQ security can get a big tick from me. They're absolutely fine as far as public photography audit goes. But as far as chemical and safety, have to write to the USQ board. There's the builder guys. Obviously smoko time. It's probably about morning tea for them working hard. And it goes back a fair way to the next block. How you going? So it's going to be massive. Almost to the next block. It's like rural back here, so yeah. It's bloody awesome. It's good for the community, good, you know, how accessible it'll be for those wanting to go into agriculture. You know, is it sons stand on the land, wanting to access it, is it affordable to them? You have a good harvest there. Harvest will bring in millions and millions, but then you can go with droughts and that sort of thing in this country, 20, 30 years between a good harvest. So I know that, you know, boarding schools, with Toowoomba being located where it is, boarding schools, the country kids are seen as rich, but and then they pay a lot, like grammar. But yeah, they get down to the bare skin and need government handouts. And I think when you get down there through those events, there's the USQ, there's a student village, and as you know, McGregor College just behind those trees, which is a residential college. So you've got residents on two sides and a daycare on one, and out the back, I believe, is where those paddocks that are netted off, they keep going along the back, nearly all the way through, and it's, as I said, a semi-rural block on the edge of town. So, yep, so that's it. Putting away from the daycare. So, we'll just cross the road up here, get one more shot, and I think we're done. Thought I was going to have contact. They're talking about me up there with the brakes, but no, it's good that it's going ahead. They're interested in what I'm doing, which is good. Good to show an interest. Nothing wrong with that. So yeah, see if we can get it into shot here. I'm not going to get it all in one shot. Not with this. I need to get my good camera. I haven't used it for so long. I know it's 10 megapixels, which ain't too shabby for video. But yeah. So it's I'll have to get that camera. I'll be able to get it all in. So I don't know what the wind's going to be like on this thing. Oh, no, that's not security. I think we're good. We are good. So, see through up here. Make sure they know it's not. Everyone's very interested driving past. Look at that. I didn't see how many there were. Let's get a closer look. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6. There's a second pipe going into it, like an S-bend. An upwards S-bend. That's what we need in Canberra. So, yeah, it's absolutely massive. I like to see if we can get a lot of tradies going past. I think there's a bit of building at the back of Drayton, between Drayton and Darling Heights. More. Every little block now, they're just cramming in units for the students. As you can see, they've got good privacy for the student village, which is good. Don't necessarily want cameras and stuff there. I'll just stay here a while, I think. It's going to be an amazing complex. It's really good. I don't know if you can see, just centre screen about now, there's some steps that go up like this. This place is massive. Considering it's not in the main part of the uni, but I guess they had a big field to build it in. So it's absolutely huge. Oh, my arms are getting tired. Don't think I'll get anyone to approach me, this is really good. So I might do one more walk up and back. There's not much buildings going on. I can hear a lot of talk. But kids screaming inside the centre seem to be louder than any power tools, but I don't know, maybe they're putting in insulation. It's not normally that loud. I think they need a bin at the bus stop. Oh. May as well be. Oh. They just. Not my fault for distracting you.
No,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
USQ.
Oh.
Yeah, it's USQ.
Oh, okay.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Why are you collecting these things?
Oh, I'm just filming the new centre.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't know. I'm just proud of my town. So I just may as well be useful while I do that. Have a good day. See ya. So a lot of this is blown across from the. There we are. Blown across from the. From the work site. So, I mean, I'd say this is a lot of student stuff, but this, it's got a company, L&H Toowoomba. So that's blown from off-site. So they're L&H Toowoomba. I'm sure their number's listed. For those who are unhappy with how they're keeping rubbish on site over there when they're conducting their business. I'm sure it's not deliberate, but a bit more attention needs to be given. Jeez, look at all this. Like, this looks like household stuff. This is clothing, snack food wrappers, all sorts. Coffee cups. This is terrible. I might have to ask the uni about this. I mean, it is on the public footpath, but, you know, it's their precinct. I know where it's come from. So, got a gent coming up here. Might be looking to make contact, but I think he might be meeting a mate. So, let's find a bin and get going. It goes back far away. There you go. Bloody huge, man. It's awesome. It's going to be so good for the university. But, yeah, we don't know. We'll see. I've got to admit that only one piece seemed to be from their rubbish. I mean, some could be from their snacks and stuff, but most building sites in Australia, they look after it. I've got to see if I can find a bin now. Oh, there's one out there. So, it's not park here, but I mean, this park is so far from the crux of the university that doesn't matter. So, yeah, there's a bin here. If it's recyclables, then I'm screwed. I'm carrying this back to my car. But yeah, so rubbish wise, I'll report that to council because technically it's on the footpath, but at the end of the day it's either coming from the construction site or from the student village. So I think student village management, because that's unlike McGregor College and the other residential colleges, student village is a separate entity. So yeah, okay. So, beeline from the bin off uni property. Let's just go sitting here. Might be on break. Let's not assume the worst. Wonder who he works for though. Let's get it just in case. There's a far way back. So yeah, beeline off uni property after using the bin. So this guy's unmarked here. So I don't know this guy. Alrighty. Well, I think we're done. Come on, it's my first up close audit, so we might be ballsy and just go back. You can see how far back it goes. Keeps going, keeps going. So yeah, that's probably a small paddock actually. So yeah, going all the way back. So with ag science, it's full systems go. I don't know if they've got anything like this down at UQ at the Gatton campus, so that's pretty good. I don't think that you can tell from, you know, the front of Baker Street how big it is, but it's huge. So yeah, it's absolutely massive. So I don't think they realise how big it is, but no, it keeps going. Second floor there and second floor on the other side. So back sheds, I don't know whether there's going to be feedstock or anything, but it's a brilliant thing. But yeah, right against McGregor. So it must be smoko time. I don't know if that's where any of the smack stuff's coming from them using that smoko spot, but you know, like there's clothing and stuff there too, so I dare say that's from the student village. So yeah, so that one's for council, but this is you know, make the student village and the University of Southern Queensland aware. Other than that, we're right to go, so we'll just get a pano. Absolutely nice. Blokes are nicking off for their smoko, and we're gone. Very good. Agricultural science. Yeah, this will be interesting to see what they do here. They've got like a sewer head thing sticking up there. Whether is that going to be a water feature, or does that go to the sewer? Is it going to be an outdoor commode? Who knows? They've kept the original building things really nice. So yeah, so I think that's pretty big. No problems with the chaps. Well, you know, other than quick grabs of this place that I've gotten before, that's a full and thorough audit. So there's those steps. I don't know if they're showing up now. So university security haven't come back, so I'm going to be on my way. If anything happens, I'll be back. But no, that's news now to Toowoomba. Oh gosh, I'm addicted to this. Addicted to it. I can't get the footage. So here's the student village stuff, right at the back of it. So honestly, that's where I'd want to live if I was in that village, and I have been aware of parties and how loud they get there. So no, that's good. All right. Alright, news now Toowoomba, reporting from Toowoomba City at the new Agricultural Science Centre. Here in the lovely but dry Darling Heights in Toowoomba. Well, thank you for your patience at quite an uneventful audit, but the other side of it, yeah, far from done. So part 2 we will follow up on the chemical side. Okay, I don't know how to end it. I don't think the student village, people going in other than through the front gate. I'm terrible. I should do a story about the university keeping non-white people from other countries behind. Oh, I'm terrible. Oh, I'm terrible. That would be trolling. I will not send them a letter and ask them about that with this footage. No, we love our international students in Toowoomba. They're always so impressed by our quaint little city, so it's they love it here. I know a friend, she's Indian, lives in Dubai. She said if I didn't live in Dubai I'd want to live in Toowoomba, so that's amazing, from a giant metropolis to a little regional city. That's, you know, she wouldn't take another metropolis over this town, so yeah, I think it says enough. We got the best of city and country here. That's why I like it. Ooh, we're missing one. Oh, there's been an escape attempt. So, yeah. Don't want to film people. Man, it's dry. The drought is just terrible. So these people might just let this guy go. Just dry. There's the start of the ag culture. I thought there was more construction going back in there. That's just one of those irrigation sprinkler things that slowly wheels along as it goes, like very slowly. So we got that. Okay, oh my goodness. It's Trashville. Council should get out. Well, I mean, this is on student village property behind the fence. Look at that. It's hanging there. Council should get out here though. I should pick it up and bill them my time. Council come out, clean up their road, but then bill the university. The university can work out whether it then bills the student village. There's just rubbish everywhere. You don't notice when you're driving. Holy mackerel, it's crazy. Downtown is cleaner than this place. With the exception of maybe the creeks. It's probably because it all just goes there. But it hasn't rained for months, as you can tell by the colour of the grass. So people obviously throw things in the creek on purpose down there. No, this Baker Street out here on the edge of town is much filthier than the streets downtown. And I would even say compared to West Creek running down below Grand Central and past it. I think it looks worse because it's a creek. You see it in the water and you think, ugh. It's quite a pretty view, as grey as it is. Absolutely dry. We are getting no reactions today. Am I disappointed? Oh, probably not. It's probably a good first audit for me. Alright. Trying to act all cool, but that was like my first audit. I'm happy with it. I mean, of course, you know, I think security in Australia know their place, of course, a bit better than places like Germany or the USA, where they, you know, they get called rent-a-cop and they act like that's what they are. Just driving around this, I got a real weird look for this guy. Camera wasn't out or anything, so I'm gonna let him see there's a camera. I don't know, like, is he breaking in or something? Yeah, maybe he's just checking out my vehicle. It's pretty impressive. If you're a soccer mum. No, he's cool, I think. He's probably thinking this guy's driving around the neighbourhood. Oh, he's on camera if he does anything. What street are we on? Not that I'm a cop. No, you gotta look out for your neighbours. And he's my neighbour too. I actually didn't mean to go down there. I got lost in this rabbit warren of suburban mix. I think this is the way out. Holy crap, there's a deer. See, that's it, like, you're on the edge of town. And it's so suburban. And there's a farm in the middle of everything. It's a deer. I don't know if we saw that, I'll zoom in on it later. Oh man. Gotta love the edge of town. It's crazy. Alright, I found my way out. Not the way I was intending to come out. Holy mackerel, just look at it. I only got the camera set up on one side, obviously. Just went past a house. It's obviously a share house for students. Just rubbish everywhere. It's bin day, obviously, so I thought the truck, you know, just picked up the bin, sprayed everywhere, and the garbo kept going. But no, they're just throwing all that crap in the front yard. Disgusting. I mean, universities were so liberal and, you know, look down our nose at everyone with their students. They just throw stuff wherever. They're worse than the general public. They look down their nose at, as if, oh, you know, you conservative white suburbanites, like, you scum, you're killing the planet. These students are just whatever. Some it could be cultural. I've been to countries where that's where the rubbish goes, out the window. But probably, you know, the majority of students at that school are white Australians. Let's just chuck it out, who cares? Let's get pissed. Good morning all. It's now Toowoomba here, obviously. After just been aware of myself on video, I'm thinking I should change my name from Use Now Toowoomba to my new service name as the Rambler, or the East Coast Rambler, or the Mountain Range Rambler, because man, I don't shut up. Yeah, enjoy those contact details and I'll explain later. Yeah, so thanks for watching that. Again, my apologies about how long that took. The reason it took so long was basically finding time to edit. So you pretty much, yeah, you just got that raw thing. So it's probably boring as some kind of simile that thought out by someone like me on how boring something could be. But yeah, maybe you enjoyed it, maybe there's something in there for you. Look, I did a bit of follow-up, obviously, and this is council's initial response and only response. I basically put to all parties involved, the construction, council, who, you know, whose job it is to look after that, I was going to say median strip, the footpath, yeah, median strip street, you know, that's a public right of way, so that's theirs. Obviously the university property either side, and further down Student Village there's the construction and guys. and a bus stop. So, yeah, before I filmed it, most of the rubbish was domestic from over at Student Village. So, thankfully they responded. I don't know, you may be happy with the response you'll see from Student Village, you may not. They're a private company, so, yeah, if you're upset, voice your concern. Council, however, sent this, and only this. Yeah. So, if you're not happy with that, either as a Toowoomba resident or as someone who is just passionate about either the environment or local government doing their job, give Sharon a buzz and say, "Can't Sharon crack the whip?" Now, she's probably done her job, so it'd be nice. If you want to call, I'm not saying what anyone should do, but yeah, just get Sharon on side. She's our girl. She's the only one who did something. So, yeah, so see what Sharon can do for us. Yeah, we didn't hear boo. So we put to them about the rubbish issue and what we found and what nature of it. On the day, it was mostly blown over construction stuff. And other than their fencing to keep people out, they didn't really have anything secure outside to secure waste or recyclables. So there's still domestic waste along the fence. And then all around where you could see in the video where the workmen on the other side of Baker Street were eating, was just, like you'd swear school kids had been there with their school lunches. Probably more adult flavours in, there weren't jelly cups or anything, or roll-ups, but there was just snack food rubbish and lunch rubbish. So that's what we found on the day. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, if you're not happy with the council, not even giving a rat's to respond, please contact them. If these are your public servants, people. This one made me giggle. I really don't know whether this is a great response or not. So this is Student Village, a private entity. I believe they own the land they're on. If not, they're leasing it from the USQ. USQ have every other bit of land, as far as you can see, in that area. Almost, practically. So, yeah, thanks for your email in relation to Baker Street rubbish. Student Village does address rubbish within surrounding and its boundary on a regular basis. So I think that means they go and pick it up and that sort of thing. So, yeah, good on them. Unfortunately, this is an ongoing problem. Not one contained to our site. Oh, sorry, I missed it. Unfortunately, this is an ongoing global problem, not one contained to our site. As if I'm that dumb, you need to tell me that. I laughed, but maybe they're just trying to make me laugh. It would benefit if all persons / sites responsible could be educated on the disposal of rubbish properly. So, the global problem not contained just to their site made me laugh. Possibly slightly insulting. I don't know where they're coming from. Either way, thanks for responding. They're doing the right thing, even with a small media outlet on YouTube at this stage. So, yeah, it made me chuckle. But this bit, it would benefit all persons / sites responsible could be educated and disposed of rubbish properly. I was sort of wondering, is part of you addressing things on a regular basis to do with education on the people your side of the fence? Yeah, anyway, that's the contact details if you had any personal inquiries, follow-ups and interest in it. But yeah, good on them for responding, so that's great. These guys were amazing. This is the constructions guys, and faultless to a T, and I'll tell you why in a sec. But it's basically, this is not just lip service. It says, "Thank you for bringing the issue to our attention. We take a role in the community seriously and took immediate action. We have been having high winds in the area causing issue. However, this site and surroundings are clean this morning. We held a toolbox meeting this morning with all site personnel and have been put in place with a precaution." Sorry, I've just woken up, so I don't know if I'm tripping over my words or that made perfect sense. I'll just start at the top there. "We held a toolbox meeting this morning with all site personnel and have put in place a precautionary action plan in the likely chance that this situation arises again." Now, and that's pretty detailed to be lip service to begin with. It's not just, oh yes, we'll take this under advisement and action's been taken, vague, nothing else. This is pretty spot on. And since then, and they've really only just finished construction now. I mean, that video was taken, was it winter? Gee. Which sounds pretty recent if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. Hopefully I get lots of followers there. Now this, like and subscribe, by the way, please, people. Wherever you are on this blue, green, not always green ball. So, sorry, other little people are arising and making a bit of noise, distracting me. Look, yeah, not only is this detailed, I have been back since the whole construction process. It was perfect as far as construction debris goes. Not just that, but in their lunch area, you know, their sort of little corner of the car park on, you know, the boundary with the pathway and student village fence line and USQ car park, little bit there, faultless, no lunch rubbish. Like, these guys are amazing. So if you want to pass on any appreciation and wow, well done, that's awesome. There's some contact details there. I'd probably, in this case, yeah, I mean, you're free to who you want, but on their website there's some more numbers who might get customer service who more pass on compliments rather than communications. But hey, you contact who you want. But yeah, thanks Rachel's and Wiley Construction, man, spot on. One of the other questions put to everyone was, would people be interested in forming some kind of working group, keep it clean, that sort of thing, which didn't get addressed whatsoever. The closest, and I can't fault Wiley, man, they were perfect. The closest that was done was where Student Village said about educating all parties, but I don't know if they were in saying, yeah, we'll be involved in that. But again, Student Village, thanks for the giggles. Yeah, so nothing from USQ, nothing at all. Raising issues of chemicals, outlet, chimney sort of things. I don't know what you call them right now again, just woke it up. Yeah, no response to the chemical concerns next to a daycare, no response to the rubbish and litter and just nothing. It's really interesting that you got your blue collar construction guys care more about the environment, your environment, our environment, more than the elite academics who tell everyone that they're killing the planet and they're scum. So I thought that was interesting. Ooh, sorry, that's one of my fans. They just love everything I do. So we got here. This is hilarious. This is the other party involved with the university. I got the initial, thanks for contacting us, we'll get back to you shortly, sort of rubbish. And then I get this. This is a couple months later. I got nothing. And because that date's written the American style with the month first in my email. And basically, we heard you're interested in the grain industry. How would you like a subscription to blah, 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 blah. So this is the Grain Research Development Corporation. It is a corporation, I believe, owned and funded, but definitely funded. Yeah, I think it's a government-owned entity, yeah. So I'm not getting back into the research on this. This has just peed me off. It's a government-owned corporation. How much funding comes from private sector, I don't know. But it's a government setup. So I didn't know this existed outside of CSIRO in government research, and maybe they tie in there too. But yeah, the Green Research Development Corporation, who also have funded this research centre, have just said, you know, not responded, and then thought, I don't know whether it's to add insult to injury, like we don't care about you and haha, we're going to have a laugh, and send it through this poor Lee guy. Again, if this has upset you and you want to contact, don't take it out on Lee, man. They've shoved this saying, hey, another subscription email for you. And he's just done his job, or she. It looks like a male spelling, but you don't know these days. So yeah, give Lee a break. But if you are upset about this, just contact. No interest. So again, the government. I don't know if they're in bed with CSIRO, But either way, it's an agricultural research corporation, government-owned corporation and funded, along with the USQ. These elites who are telling us we're all, causing climate change, so wear these taxes. But you've got your blue-collar workers there, they fix the problem. While the government and the university can't be asked responding to the people they're meant to serve. So, wow. I just think I'll go down for more details because I don't know if we want to... actually, Lee doesn't have really a direct line there, so there's a fax, website, email. There's your address details for those who want to pop and visit and to express any concern or gratitude. It's like, yeah, great, we are glad you ignore small independent media because we want to pretend it doesn't exist, because it'll get down to the nitty gritty and things that no one else has time for or ignores or admits or lies about. We've got the opportunity with online to really stand up and say, hey, not good enough, and we don't have to wait for a current affair if they want to call us back. I don't want to get off a tangent, and otherwise I will be changing my name to the Toowoomba Rambler. But if you're glad that they have disdain for small media or anything else you get from their lack of response, or the USQ, there's the contact details right there. Again, I don't know if you're for that sort of thing. I'd congratulate Lee, either guy or girls just doing their job. But mainly if you're ticked off, don't take it out on Lee. Well, don't take it out on anyone, but yeah, we need to contact and say, is this an empty phone call, or how do I ensure something happens or it's addressed by someone with some decision-making powers, who's not just going to give lip service, but tell me what plan of action they have. Like Wiley. Get them to watch this and say, look at the Wiley construction guys. That is a freaking response on something, not only happening in detail, but then really happening in real life, because months later, there's still no issue with those guys. There's USQ's contact details. No response. Concerns about contaminants, pollution, poison for children, neighbouring site, and so much rubbish. What I think some countries trash, all from USQ activities, and they just can't be bothered. I'm sure, especially with a journalist school there, that they really don't like that anyone can just pick up a camera and put whatever online. But it's always been the case, but the technology is making it so quick and simple. And that's the way it should be. We're going to have more accountability, more responsibility, and less things dictated to and messages controlled. So, So those who sit in the universities and tell us how bad we are for the environment, being just, let's just say white and male, because everything's their fault. But, while they sip on their lattes and throw out those cups you can't recycle, or worse, throw them into the recycling, contaminating the load. Those guys, they've done nothing. The construction guys, brilliant. And I don't want to harp on too long. Obviously, the construction guys have contracts with all these guys, but I definitely recommend any pats on the back for those who are passionate about this. And with the inaction and contempt of others, certainly I'd complain and do anything legally, of course, that you see fit. The only thing, I don't believe in dictating anything. The only thing I'd recommend you don't do is something that could be deemed illegal, and if you're not sure, I'd get some illegal advice. But certainly anything that would be harmful to anyone, man, don't even get legal advice, don't hurt anyone. And just disclaimer, because I'm aware of the plethora of individuals and different states of mind as people watch this. So I'm not letting this go. I think I'm going to follow up in the USQ with that, and there's another matter that Using Our Toowoomba will be out there on. But thanks so much for watching, and as an individual, the power is yours to ring, ask questions. Don't stop till you give answers all appropriately. And if you're not happy, make a video. 3 videos a week until something moves, something shifts. Eventually they'll get sick of it. Eventually more people will watch and watch and watch, even if you're recycling most of the same thing. So anyway, thank you. There's News Now Toowoomba out, and yeah, just wish all the auditors in the USA at the moment, they just seem to be doubled down on more than things moving forward. So just wish them all the best, especially with the court stuff. Alright, cheers guys.